To toy hunt or not to toy hunt? Is that what Shakespeare was asking? Do you think that sounds right? Shall we go have a look? Hello Explorer. Recently my sister visited Stratford-upon-Avon and she came across a retro shop called Vintage Toys and Bricks and she thought I might want to check it out. First impressions of Stratford, it's got lots of historical culture and medieval looking buildings. It doesn't feel like action figures are top of the agenda here, but over the road is our destination and it doesn't jump out at me as a toy hunting spot, but let's go over and find out for ourselves. Answered. Looks like Shakespeare was talking about toy hunting because this store is packed with all sorts of bits and pieces. There's glass cabinets to my right, cabinets to my left, comics, and this is perfect because, as you all know, my big things are retro robots, pocket-sized items and quirky merch, and there's all sorts of robots, pocket-sized items, quirky merch. I suppose there's some really cool stuff so far. And it looks like there's a good mix of stuff. It's approximately about 50-50 in boys and girls toys. There's a whole bunch of Lego. Looks like we've got some British annuals, board games, all sorts of stuff. So today's tale is looking promising. Are we going to dig up some action figure treasure, or is this more of a case of much ado about nothing? So the glass cabinets, really nicely laid out. There's nice sections for each different line. We've got a whole bunch of Thundercats here, both the 2000s ones and the 80s ones, mixing with a couple of She-Ras, Turtles, and a whole bunch of Noddy. You don't see too many cabinets full of little Noddies. The Transformers is a nice mix. There's Beast Machines, Beast Wars, animated, vintage 80s. In fact, there's a Rock Lord. Unfortunately, I've already got that one. But there's maybe... there's a Go Boss as well, but I've also got him. So we've got the main glass cabinets, which themselves are filled, but they're also covered in action figures above. But looking around as well, it looks like there's a nice little miniature cabinet at the back with pocket-sized items, so we'll come to that a bit later. That's very exciting. retros. They've got the full selection. Small, not so small, medium, large. I've never seen this little guy before. Slightly transparent, kind of shiny and reflective, and it's articulated, based on the 2000s line. If you haven't seen that cartoon, that's a really good one. Legit, really good story, more complex than the original, fantastic animation. I really enjoyed the early 2000s Thundercats. I watch Power Rangers a bit I watch Power Rangers quite a lot on TV just because I like martial arts. Pretty much stopped watching after Mighty Morphing. That guy at the back, he's really caught my eye. Turbo something, Power Rangers Turbo, where they're all in cars. I'm assuming it's from that line, but he looks fantastic. That kind of clear casing. If you know about that figure, tell me about it, because it looks really cool. It's £15, bit of a bargain. Look at these guys, these little guys. This is the perfect way to display Power Rangers. Look how tiny they are. Minimal shelf space. The whole set fit in your pocket. This ticks so many boxes for me. So there's a nice selection of Sylvanian families. I don't collect them at all, but I've got a bit of a soft spot for them because I remember looking at the packs when my sisters used to buy them. You get the mum and the dad and the son and the daughter. The sets look great, really nice accessories. Yeah, there's all the stuff you can see on the counter. Plus there's this great big box down here with even more accessories. And they've got the canal boat here, which currently is, I'm sure, to the dismay of Sylvanian family collectors, being rolled all around the front room of my parents' house by my nephew. So yeah, unfortunately it's not nicely kept or displayed. It's very much an in-use toy. This looks quite interesting. A little Princess of Power comic book. I'm assuming this is from one of the She-Ra figures. Very, very tempted by that. I'm not a She-Ra collector, but I love things like that. So fun fact is, I was looking at this Rosie and Jim, and Karen, who's the owner, was telling me Rosie and Jim plus Brum, Teletubbies, and probably a whole bunch of those other guys are all from here. They were made here. Some of the locations are quite close by. Some of them are accessible, some not so. Even more reasons to come. Not only can you come do some action figure hunting, but there's a whole bunch of pop culture aside from all the historic history and culture here. And of course, not forgetting the star of the show, the shop. Everything is just so nicely laid out, and there's loads here, all sorts of little discoveries to make. Plus everything's really clean and tidy. I've seen the guys polishing up the toys and the figures before they go out. So lovely displays, but we're not done yet. Depths of the store now, right at the back, and there's a really nice display shelving unit here of all the pocket-sized items, the kind of stuff that I'm into. Some really great stuff here. I was hoping for a few monsters in my pocket, but maybe we're not in luck today. There's a nice big Lego section here. All of the items that sell are constructed in advance of going out and sale, just to make sure all the bits are there. And they're explaining to me that some of the older shades of brick are different to the modern shades. So an old grey brick is a different grey to the contemporary grey bricks. So we need to make sure that everything that goes out is complete and also has all the correct bits for it. Look at this, even more pocket-sized items. Could be in luck today. Still can't see any monsters in my pocket, but as you know, I've been weakening towards the Care Bears, the 4-inch articulated ones. Maybe today's the day to pull the trigger on that. See what my piles look looking like at the end. Polly Pockets is quite the collection. Takes up most of these two cabinets, and this is actually leads into the history of the store. So it started with Karen restoring Polly Pockets, progressed to Sylvanian families, and then Playmobil, selling on eBay a little bit, and it grew to a small shop, expanded. Shop's been in operation for 5 years, and in this location for 2.5 years. So at the moment I think this is about as big as the shop's going to get. And it's a nice size, it's not huge, but it's really packed with all sorts of stuff, and it's all really nice and clean and well presented. Tip-off from my sister, Shakespeare's Town, delivering on the action figure hunt. You wouldn't have thought Stratford-upon-Avon would be a great place for a toy hunt, but it definitely is. It's very easy to get to. From Birmingham, it took me about an hour on the train, and then it was a really quick walk from the station. Plus, as it's in the city, there's loads of car parking, and you can combine this with, it's Stratford-upon-Avon. There's all sorts of non-pop culture things to see and do here. Or you could just buy an ice cream and sit by the rivers and the canals and just enjoy the day. I wasn't sure what to expect when I came here. I've come across loads of little surprises and discoveries. I think I've even been turned onto a few things I didn't even expect to buy today. So, awesome shop, and let's go do some pickups. An unlikely toy hunting destination, but a successful one. Sorry Shakespeare, but there's a new #1 reason to come to Stratford-upon-Avon, and it's vintage toys and bricks. So I've really enjoyed today, particularly because Karen and Steve were such great hosts, really friendly, really welcoming, and it's just a really nice store to hang around in, chat to those guys about toys, toy hunting, collecting, running a shop. Really great day. So definitely come here and visit. If you've got any suggestions of other unlikely but great toy hunting destinations, let me know below. But otherwise, click left to see my last outing, which was Leicester Vintage Toys, or click right in maybe a week or two when I will finally finishing the Birmingham Toy Hunting Trilogy, Rewind Toys at Sutton Coldfield. So I'll see you soon, Explorer. Have a great day.